Hello everyone, I'm Tay, and today we're going to be talking about Japan, particularly Kyoto, but also Japan as a whole. So Japan is an island country off the coast of Asia. It has a rich heritage and is pretty culturally fascinating. It's been pretty widely influenced by Buddhism and Shinto. This cultural influence extends to architecture and even philosophy. In terms of ideologies, it's fair to say that Japanese people tend to have a more collectivistic ideal. The respect for authority is often emphasized in morals and philosophies. It's also no secret that the options for tourism in Japan are vast, from the hustle and bustle of big cities like Tokyo and Yokohama, to more calm and serene areas like Kaga Onsen, known for its amazing hot springs. In a city like Kyoto, tourist attraction options have a balance between a city feel, the historic, and Mother Nature. The city is famous for its iconic cherry blossoms and historic locations, including the Tofukuji Temple and the Nijo Castle. With so much to offer, you won't be surprised to hear that Japan has seen a vast amount of tourism in recent years. Prior to the pandemic, and according to the UNWTO, in 2018 it saw a whopping 31,192,000 international arrivals. And I'm sure you can guess that Kyoto made up a large percentage of that. Now, for Americans, Japan can be quite the culture shock, because unless we're talking about a country like Germany, Japan and the US are as culturally different as two countries can be. Now, why is this? While it's mostly due to the countries' respective upbringings, consider that the US is a pretty diverse and multicultural hub, drawing its customs and traditions from many international sources. Japan, on the other hand, is very isolated. In fact, in the year 1600, its borders were closed to most foreign relations and trades for around 250 years. Damn. This has led both countries' respective cultures to evolve in radically different ways, producing interesting and distinct results, especially in the case of Japan. As previously mentioned, from a religious standpoint, Japan is mainly influenced by Shinto and Buddhism, whereas the US is predominantly Christian. This naturally means that ideologies and traditions within both countries are bound to be different as well. Now, going back to Kyoto, it's a destination with a very diverse tourist population. This is because activities are equally diverse. There are shrines, temples, and many historic sites to visit. But if strictly cultural tourism isn't your thing, you can always visit central Kyoto, where you'll find plenty of stores, restaurants, and even resorts. All the things for the commoners. But if you love nature and scenery, there's Arashiyama, with its stunning bamboo forests, and yes, you guessed it, even more cherry blossoms. Due to Kyoto's varied tourism activities, it's pretty safe to say it has a balanced mix of travelers. There are psychocentric, which may include charter and mass travelers, visitors who may be seeking a more commercial and resort-based activities like the ones mentioned in central Kyoto. There are also allocentric or explorer tourists who may be looking to be a bit more adventurous and partake in less explored activities of Kyoto. Another byproduct of Kyoto's large and diverse tourist population is tourist bubbles, most of which come in the form of resorts. One example of this is Hotel de Mitsui, which opened around the time the pandemic was at its peak. It's basically just a luxury hotel and spa with a natural hot spring. Honestly, I won't lie, that sounds pretty nice right now. Now let's talk about the tourist gaze as it pertains to Japan and, well, of course, Kyoto. Japan is often subject to what some would call a cultural iceberg. This basically means that the culture of a destination comes in layers, and what is often exposed and shown to outsiders is just the tip of the iceberg, so to speak. And it's no secret that Westerners nowadays certainly revere the more materialistic aspects of Japanese culture, or the gaze sold to them by the media. In younger generations, the term weeaboo is used to describe someone who is addicted to the materialistic side of Japanese culture. These people are generally sold a romanticized idea of culture, and this often revolves around materialistic aspects like anime, Japanese candy, and Japanese folk art in some cases. In the case of Kyoto, the gaze puts a lot of emphasis on the city's cherry blossoms, and the mystical connotation that it may hold for many. As previously mentioned, before COVID, Kyoto was seeing a lot of tourism. However, when the pandemic took hold in 2020, those numbers completely plummeted. This contributed to the disappearance of many businesses in Kyoto, and indeed all of Japan. This radically changed the general perception of tourism in Kyoto, as more people realize that, well, it's a pretty essential industry. Today, Kyoto finds itself thirsty for more tourism. And though most people would agree over-tourism had a pretty negative impact on Kyoto, it also had positive effects. The trick moving forward is tourism with moderation. Due to the effects of the pandemic, it would be difficult to say where in the tourism destination life cycle Kyoto currently is. At the moment, the destination seems to be at a point of decline or stagnation. This is because although tourism has been mostly null, the destination may still have something to offer. But because Kyoto is clearly hungry for more tourism, it's safe to assume that it will be entering a period of rejuvenation in the upcoming years, and I personally am looking forward to seeing it. Thank you so much for joining us on our little overview of Kyoto and Japan as a whole. Have a wonderful day.